Hello, I'm Yoonha Kim from Korea. I'm 17 and I go to Incheon Academy of Science and Arts. What I'm going to talk about today is Arctic climate. Since it is a topic that is mentioned so much, I think it can feel a bit boring. But today I will interest you by starting with the story of my country, Korea. Korea is closely connected with many countries geographically, environmentally, economically, socially, culturally, and politically. From Korea, Japan is 943 kilometers away, and the United States is 10,704 kilometers away. Known as the furthest country from Korea, Uruguay is 19,517 kilometers away from Korea. However, it is clear that Korea is exchanging influences with countless countries regardless of distance. I can't call it a country, but how far is the North Pole from Korea? The distance between the North Pole and Korea is 6,901 kilometers. The North Pole, which is so far away, has a very big impact on Korea. Just a quick note, the reason I used Korea as an example is because it is located in mid-latitude. In other words, the Arctic has a very large influence on the mid-latitudes. On January 16, 2021, an article with an interesting title will be uploaded on VOA. Cold weather due to the Arctic hits the Korean Peninsula. Beware of cold diseases. I was very surprised that the Earth is climatically closely connected to each other and that the Arctic is so cold that its effects are reaching even Korea. In the article, it mentioned the Arctic Oscillation and Arctic Vibration Index, a phenomenon in which the cold air vortex in the Arctic repeats its strength and weakness every tens of days or decades, and reported that this cold was due to the Arctic Oscillation Index changing to negative. I was able to understand why the title of the article was saying strong cold due to the Arctic. The article published on October 2022 in Yoonha Science told a slightly different story. As the Arctic warmed due to climate change, winters on the Korean Peninsula became colder. This article was talking about the same Arctic cold, but it made me aware that the direction was slightly different from the content in the article I had seen before. It is said that the cold weather in the Arctic is not transmitted to the cold Korean Peninsula, but the reason why the Korean Peninsula is cold is due to the fact that the Arctic is getting hotter. The University of Zurich announced a research result showing that a cold wave strikes East Asia in the winter when the temperature of the Arctic Sea rises. In fact, I was convinced when I thought of the coldness of Korean Peninsula, which had already made me feel the winter-like cold since autumn. This cold weather has been shown to delay flowering, reduce crop yields, and reduce carbon uptake. Nature Communications also found a negative correlation between Arctic seas and East Asian temperatures. It is a result of combining satellite data, Earth system modeling, and regional observations on how sea surface temperatures in the Barents and Kara Seas in northern Russia affect climate in East Asia. To be precise, when the temperature at 1,500 meters above Barents Sea and the Kara Sea rises by 1 degree, the temperature on the mid-latitude drops by 0.4 degrees. I have always thought that a decrease in temperature had the opposite tendency to global warming, and it is good. But the fact that the cause of climate change called global warming is causing another abnormal climate change, regardless of whether the temperature decreases or increases, breaks my heart. I felt that the poles, which are said to be the most suitable for research of climate change, are gradually losing their advantages due to global warming. At the same time as carrying out in-depth research on the polar regions, we must continue valuable explorations such as how they relate to mid-latitudes and what kind of changes they cause. Also, I think what we need to pay more attention is to exploring how to control and improve the phenomenon that is influencing or negative change in general. This means that the distance between us, scientists, and North Pole should be much closer than 6,901 kilometers. We should narrow the distance and think of it as our job and take an active attitude. It would be great if the problem of rising temperatures in the Arctic was resolved and a society understood the climate by predicting the climate of various countries, including Korea, in more accurate way based on the Arctic or polar climate without worrying about the cold caused by the temperature rise in the future. Thank you.